What's going on, Schmoedown fans? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. I'm former Star Wars champion Andrew Dimalanta.
And I'm Star Wars competitor Nicki Dimalanta.
Yeah, I was looking up there in the monitor because I moved it. I was like, yeah, eye lines.
Do you see a big difference?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the monitor and at the camera.
Yeah, you can tell that we're looking above it.
You can see that far?
Yeah.
Must be nice.
I got good eyes.
Must be nice. Maybe I should try out contacts. I'm scared.
You don't like poking yourself in the eye?
No, I mean, I could poke myself in the eye all day. I mean, I don't. It's not
What are you worried
something
about
I
then?
enjoy. I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to get them in, and then I'd be afraid. And then once I do, I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to get them out.
I hear they're easy.
I just watched a couple of people on Big Brother absolutely struggle to get contacts in for the first time. I'm like, yeah, that'd be me. I mean, I could touch my eye. No, I mean, it's not like enjoyable, but I can do it.
Yeah.
Like, I know some people have like a weird thing about touching eyes, but like I can do it. Make sure my fingers are clean.
Episode of Friends.
Yeah. No.
Me too.
You poke yourself in the eye?
I got too excited.
Yeah, no. And also, at least when I have glasses, I don't have to like, because like contacts can be disposable and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to have to keep buying that.
That's true too.
And the solution?
Yeah.
At least my glasses are a once a couple of years type of thing.
Get LASIK.
That's scary too. I gotta be awake.
Yeah. I mean,
What if they sneeze in the middle of it? And then I'm like,
my brother got LASIK. He said it's amazing. My
Yeah,
dad got.
well.
Well, my dad got a different type of surgery.
oh, I'm so popular.
Discord.
Oh,
TikTok Discord.
wow. Invite only, ladies and gents. My goodness.
It's a lot of
So-
people in there, so it's kind of like, who's talking now? I've never met
This
them.
week,
Yes, this week.
Well,
No
this week-
Titans.
not a huge week in the Schmoedown. Big week for us.
Yeah.
Lots going on. We had a big week last week and we made it through it.
This
We're
one-
alive.
This one will be the full week of.
This is our first
school.
full week of school.
Yeah.
And we also had like a birthday party last weekend, a friend visiting from out of,
The
not
country.
even town, out of the country.
Yeah.
One of Andrew's best friends visiting from Japan
Hell
came
yeah.
in to visit, and we hung out with him last night. And this week is a full week of school, and then we got another busy weekend. So, you know, we'll make it. We'll make it through. And hopefully this busy weekend should be, not that last weekend wasn't fun, because it was,
Yeah.
but like this coming weekend should be a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. Yeah.
A lot of different kind of fun.
Mhm.
So we'll make it. We'll make it through. So yeah. But there's
not a
there's
lot.
no Titans.
Yeah, it's not a whole lot to talk about. I mean,
It looked like Titans. It had the Titans logo behind
Yeah.
them, but it wasn't.
these next couple episodes leading up to Spectacular are
It'll
going
be
to
a
be
little different.
They're going to be very light.
Different but the same, but also different.
Yeah, same type of show. It's just different types of stuff, and I'm hoping they release the card for Spectacular just so
hope
we
so,
can hype it
too.
up and just talk about the upcoming matches because I think the month leading into Spectacular is just gonna be like exhibition matches.
I don't even think they're new exhibition matches. I think they're like,
Oh.
wow, Sports Center, the place for sports. No, I think they're like, they've already happened.
Yeah, and they're just
exhibition
now
matches.
releasing them.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Maybe they're like, exhibition matches at one point were like
It's Patreon only. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe they are taking them out and releasing them now. Hey-oh.
Yeah.
Idea. Do that for the Star Wars matches once all said and done.
Yeah,
Take them
that's
out.
what I'm
Just
saying,
let people
like-
watch them. I'm just going to throw that idea out there.
Just release the card for Spectacular. See what we're getting because all regulation matches are done.
Yeah.
So now it's just a matter of here's who's playing at Spectacular.
That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping if Spectacular is on October 1st, I'm hoping that maybe, what day is September 1st? It's a Thursday. I mean, wouldn't it be cool if maybe like the 2nd, keeping in line with like Fridays
Yeah.
or the weekend or whatever. It would be pretty cool if maybe September 2nd announce what's going to go on at Spectacular. So that, because I fear that, with big matches, they might be like, oh, let's wait and build to it. I think the bigger build would be to let us know.
Let us know, and then everybody.
Then
talk
everyone
about
can
it.
like have their little things where I think this person's gonna win. I think that person's gonna win.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't believe this person playing. That person playing. I mean, you don't have to announce all 5. Assuming there's 5, 6. There's usually 4 title matches for the
and
4
one
belts.
and one non-title match.
Oh, I thought there was like 2
there's
non-title
usually
matches.
5 matches.
Oh man, I thought there was like 2 usually.
No, there's
Lame.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe
or if
like,
there's just
maybe
4.
announce just like the 4 title matches, and then whatever that 5th off match is, hold that one close to the chest until
Yeah.
closer. But I think it would be a lot of fun if we give it a month, let all the after shows. This is our last hurrah.
Yeah.
Let the after shows, because everyone loves to do their predictions. And see, I told you.
Yeah, and we can. Yeah, it's like whoever's playing for the title, we can talk about, dedicate a show to talk about that match. What we think's not because we never pick, but give like the history of how they got to this position and like why we think they are deserving as playing spectacular. Because at this point, like, what's gonna happen with the singles title? Like, Sam defended, but who like. There's number one contenders floating around out there. Same with the teams, IGs especially. Like we've said it before, the only one at Spectacular that the clearest path was Star Wars,
right?
And we have yet to see the other number one contender match leading up to that.
It's coming up soon.
Yeah, it's coming up next week.
Yeah.
So I think just release the card after next week.
# release the card.
Yeah, after your match airs next week, release the Spectacular card so we all can start talking about them.
You don't have to maybe do them all at the same time. You could always do Star Wars first, since it's going to kind of be laid out after next week.
Yeah.
And then you could do Star Wars first. And then maybe after that, you could do IG. And then maybe teams and then singles.
Mm-hmm.
You could do them. You could piecemeal them out if you want to. But I really hope that we don't wait until like a week before, hoping that's going to build up tension and hype.
Mm-hmm.
I think tension and hype is going to be built by here's who's playing.
Yeah.
Discuss.
Yeah.
You know?
Because then it's like, this is what we have to look forward to, and rather than like, oh, who it is, because then could you imagine if something gets announced the week before and then it's like, I really didn't want to, I really wasn't expecting that, and then the people don't watch because it's not what they're expecting. But if you release it ahead of time, what happens is this huge match. It's like, oh my god, who's playing who? You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
No, so I don't know. I'm just talking about my I'm still a little flustered from this weekend. I'm like, my brain's trying to catch up to me.
No, I'm just hoping that I think that the conversations leading up to, and like I said before, it's the last hurrah. It's the last time we all get to feel this feeling of, oh my God, X is going up against Y, A is going up against B, and then we can all have our debates and who I think this person's gonna win. No, I think that person's gonna win. And if you only give us like a week or so to do that, it's not really gonna build up a huge amount of hype, in my humble opinion. So I'm really, really hoping, and for all we know, if we release the cards up,
leading up
with
to
a couple weeks notice, a month or so's notice. For all we know, all these after shows are going to be like, hey,
and have
Sam
them
Levine, come on my show.
Yeah,
hey,
that's another great point.
Whoever, Robert Parker currently has IG about, Robert Parker, come on my show. Andrew, you're in the Star Wars match, come on my show. So you can give all these people all this opportunity to have one last fun go around for this one last, hopefully, monumental spectacular.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping that we get some time with these cards.
Jesus.
# release the cards. That's what I'm going for here.
Destroying the setup here.
I don't think it's a show unless I somehow hit my microphone.
Yeah.
That time was the most violent. # release the cards.
Yes.
Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So they're all over cards, baby. Release them all. It's our
Release
last
the
overcards. Release the overcards. Let us know. And whatever that 5th non-title match is, whatever. Let that one remain a mystery. Maybe. Wouldn't it be crazy? Because I think we might know, Wouldn't it be crazy if they just didn't announce it until the night?
Oh, yeah.
And those people just
mystery.
walked out somehow?
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Or you play
Just call it like the legacy match. Because usually that's what it is. Because like last year it was, Roka's goodbye match.
What you think usually? Well, not all
of them, but like when you have a spectacular like this one, it's the last one. You have to have some kind of legacy match.
You would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that people are always like, oh, I've always wanted to see like a what if match or something like that. But you have to have if it's a non-title match and it's the one that's not the title match.
You imagine it's going to be something that people want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, I'm just gonna. It's a non-title legacy match and be two big competitors.
Yeah.
That everybody's always wanted to see play or something like that. So,
wouldn't it be crazy though?
Yeah. Just say like, oh, who's playing?
And then those people just walk
I
out?
think
That'd be fun.
I would say like if we are gonna announce cards, title matches, we just need to know who's playing who, but then have one secret match.
You can keep that one as a mystery because I think that'd be a fun reveal.
Yeah.
Assuming it is who we assume it to be.
Yeah.
But, I think that would be a fun reveal. Keep that one close. But let us know all the other ones so everybody can do their, predictions.
And then they can like, guess, like, their show could be like, oh, who do you think's going to play?
Yeah. What match would you like to see in that 5th spot? Oh,
yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun, too. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
We're just trying to think of stuff to talk about. We need content.
No, I really want us to have time with those cards. Mm-hmm. I think that a lot of after shows, we don't have guests on because
I think that's the biggest point.
But I think that they could have fun with it.
They can have fun with it. Like, have people on for one final hurrah. It's like, what are you expecting? Are you excited for the match? And who?
Because I imagine there's going to be the preamble to Spectacular, and then I can only imagine that after Spectacular ends, they'll probably have winners on, or who not even just winners. I imagine after shows will still have competitors that played at Spectacular. It's not like Spectacular's going to happen. Everyone's going to go, all right, never mind, done. I'm imagining that even after Spectacular, they're still going to have wrap-up shows where they talk about it, talk with winners, talk with other competitors, blah blah. So
because we're doing that. We're
just really revel in the moments. Yeah, the last moments.
Yeah, after Spectacular, we're going to have 2 more shows, and then that's it. So.
Yeah. And then we'll just talk about other stuff that's not Schmoedown.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Star Wars. Imagine
Jesus. That. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about what we're going to do is we have the Friday match.
Yeah.
That wasn't Titans, but felt like it, but wasn't. We're going to talk about that one first, and then we're going to talk about this spicy Star Wars match second.
Yes.
So, our match.
I'm trying to look at the lens and not the monitor. Now that I think about it, it's a much more condensed way to set up things, but it's like, no, lens.
Whoops. So we have Klee Sweet Tea Wiggins, and she is representing Swag, going up against Brother Lomis, representing
himself
and Radis. I was trying to think if they had like a little name for the two of them.
I don't think so.
Ricky Rager and Brother Lomis, how they do.
I'm going to miss this duo. They really came in. We saw a lot of them this season.
Well, we get to see Ricky Rager, the match of the century, as he's been posting about it, tweeting about it like every day for like a while now, I think. He's like, oh, you're all going to see the best match from the best 3 and 1 competitor. Got to give the man credit. Good for him. And I've been liking every single one of them that I see. So, round 1. Klee missed a question about Mortal Kombat, David Fincher, X-Men, because she wrote The X-Men.
Oh, yeah.
And something about Jurassic Park 3.
Oh, because she immediately turned her board around and went,
oh,
it's the third one, not the second one, yeah.
Yeah, that's heartburking when you're so close. And you're like, wait a minute, no.
You know before you turn your board around that your answer is not what it's supposed to be.
They both missed something about Snowden and the Mummy, and somewhere Stacey Howard woke up in a cold sweat.
Yeah.
So at the end of round 1, it was 4-8 in favor of Lomis. Round 2.
Yeah.
Lomis goes, he spins away from black cinema. He gets a wild card, and it is belated sequels. I'm like, what? I guess it's just sequels that were made much later, longer after what you would usually assume a sequel. Like, I guess a sequel you'd feel like it'd be like,
2 years,
2 or so years. But I guess these were like,
like things like
over that.
The Incredibles 2 took like 15 years to get a sequel. Meanwhile, Cars got its 3rd installment.
Do you think that The Phantom Menace could be considered a belated sequel, even though it's a prequel? But it's also
it's a prequel. I mean, no.
Do you think that The Force Awakens is a belated sequel?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, because it was like 30 years after Return.
Nice. But like in real world years.
Yeah, both in real world and story.
True. So, behind my head was still in the prequels. You're talking Return.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. That's a belated sequel. Mm-hmm. Why don't we ask about that? He went to multiple choice twice. Missed one. Not stolen. Got the other. Klee goes. She spins black cinema.
Ooh. Think she likes it.
Kind of crazy, this wheel, Yeah. 2-point miss. However, not stolen. Multiple choice 1 time, missed, not stolen. So by the end of round 2, the gap widens a hair. Now it's 10-15, still in favor of Lomis. Round 3, 2-pointer for Klee, Sly and Arnie, who plays Poison Ivy opposite Schwarzenegger and George Clooney in Batman and Robin. Uma Thurman. She got it. 3-pointer for Klee, Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman stars as Harry Zim, a debt-ridden B-movie director and producer in what 1990s Barry Sonnenfeld gangster comedy opposite Bette Midler. Get Shorty, she really, I feel like that was quite
quite the pull. Yeah.
I feel like she really like dug down deep and was kind of, even when she said it, I don't feel like it's been a couple days when we watched it, but I feel like she said it like almost like, am I overthinking this kind of thing? So, but she got it.
That's a good pull.
2-pointer for Lomis. Crime. In 2018's Den of Thieves, who plays Nick O'Brien, the hard-drinking leader of the Regulators, an elite unit of the LA County Sheriff's Department alongside 50 Cent, Gerard Butler. That was the answer.
Gerard Butler.
I thought it was alongside this person, and this person. No, Gerard Butler was the answer. But he did miss it. Ugh. I usually write missed and then the name. Yeah. I played myself there. How embarrassing for me. 3-pointer for Lomis. Horror. Oof. The original versions of 13 Ghosts, The Haunting, and The Little Shop of Horrors were released during which decade? And you would think, how hard could this be? But I believe he said the 50s. However, it was the 60s.
Yeah.
Missed. We bounce back to Klee. Because what a crazy turn of events for him to have missed his 2 and his 3. And now all of a sudden, oh boy, we're all tied up. So we're almost at the threat of a sudden death. 5-pointer for Klee. Tom Cruise, Peter Berg, Javier Bardem, and Jason Statham all appear in what 2000's Tom Cruise action thriller? Collateral damage. Wait, no, not collateral damage. Collateral. I was like looking all around. I got myself all distracted. It's Collateral because like I thought something else happened, but then I read what actually did happen and I forgot, and then I confused myself and remembered I was still in the middle of reading a question. Collateral. She missed it. So now we go to Lomis. 5-pointer for Lomis. Musicians in film. Queen Latifah features as the voice of Dispatcher Love in what psychological thriller featuring Nicolas Cage, John Goodman, and Cliff Curtis? See, that was one when we were listing off actors. Bringing Out the Dead. He got it. With that, 15-20 in favor of Brother Lomis. Oh, man. Mm-hmm. That was kind of a wild ride.
It was a wild ride. Like, the rough first for
Klee. And then the gap pretty much stayed the same in round 2. And it was a 5-point deficit. And it was kind of like,
Yeah.
Not looking good for Klee. But then Lomis misses his 2 and his 3. And it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, there's shades of his debut match last season. Remember what he was like perfect through the match and then just
it kind of just crumbled up in
the end, like missed his all 3 of his last final round questions. And I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
So
that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So, but he was able to pull out in the end with his 5. So it's like, and we say it all the time, it's like not what you miss, but when you miss. And then I'm also, I think he's like, he had opportunities in the second to steal and point. It's never really good to leave points on the board in the second, especially when you can like, you could have gotten a knockout there.
That was a 2-pointer and a
1-pointer. That could have been what, like a 6-point swing.
Yeah.
So math is everywhere.
Man. But yeah, no, that definitely, it was kind of like, all right, it looks like Lomis is taking this. And then round 3, it was like, I don't know, maybe Klee's taking this because if you miss your 2 and your 3, I mean, theoretically, your 5 should be your hardest question, but he seemed to get that one with much more ease than you would have expected from the 2 and the 3-pointer.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a little bit of almost like a bait and switch there in round 3, but a fun match.
Yeah,
you know, it's very casual, even though we're wrapping things up. Yeah. But you know, it is what it is.
It was one of those where it's like I know you people on the Reddit being like butthurt. It's like, oh, this is what we're getting. It's like, well, this is probably what was only available.
Well, and this was,
and it was still
already filmed.
Yeah, it was already filmed, and it was a tight match. With like like we said, because people were probably looking in like going into the third, like, oh, it's over.
Right.
Lomis has got this.
As you do.
As you usually do. But it's like, oh no, he missed his 2 and his 3. So like, now anything can happen.
We have seen stranger things happen. Oh, yeah. We've seen people like that. I would consider a 5-point deficit to be like, TKO territory.
Yeah, TKO territory.
We've seen that happen, and we've seen that person who was in danger come back and win, right?
In sudden death too, yeah.
So, you never really know. Mm-hmm. And in this match, it was kind of a you never really know because they both missed stuff in all 3 rounds.
Yeah, in multiple places. So it's not like, oh, it came down to this miss or that. Right. It's like, it was like a combination of things that ended the match the way it did. So,
and had Lomis missed, it would have gone to sudden death, and who knows what would have happened there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a casual nail biter.
Yeah.
If you will, because it was kind of like he could very, very plausibly miss his 5 here. Mm-hmm. but then he didn't. So yeah, it was one of those ones where I was like, oh wow, I have no idea what's going to happen here. Yeah. One of the few matches this year that we've gone into not knowing.
Yeah.
But yeah, a fun match. Klee, she's, I feel like she's a very soothing, bright presence.
very chilled presence.
Yeah. And I'm okay with that. I like that. Lomis, he's got his thing, you know? And that character's going to be missed because, he really, he busted onto the scene last year with the tremendous, influx of rookies. And he definitely made a name for himself with having a big, memorable character.
He got a lot of matches this season, like in several different divisions.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, 3 divisions.
3 divisions. And he's seen success in all 3 of them. Maybe. Did they lose? Yeah, they won their first teams. And then they lost to Bateman, right?
And Guy. And then he won an Inner Geekdom match.
He won his Inner Geekdom match, and then he won his singles match. So he's a...
Look at him go.
Yeah, he's a multi-tier player.
Try to get in a Star Wars match before we're done here. My goodness. Try to squeeze one in.
Everybody wants to get in the other divisions, but everybody's not jumping into...
Nobody wants to play with us.
Nobody wants to play with me.
Promise, we're pretty cool. Just a little weird sometimes.
I like weird.
I like weird too. So, just saying, if you can squeeze a match in, you could be that first person to make that little bit of history.
It's the water's
Me thinks it's not going to happen.
The water's fine.
No. I mean, I'd be curious to see how many people have wins across singles teams and IG. How many people hold that to their record and be like...
I think the list would be larger than people think.
Probably.
Because we're always forgetting about it. Because I constantly forget that Mr. Irwin was an IG player, and Paul Oyama was an IG player.
Well, add them to the list, you know. And then you got, your Mike's New Chances. And now your Lomis's. Put them all together in a Star Wars free-for-all.
Barbarian.
There you go.
3 divisions. So
Gold Leader, so close.
So
if he had just gone into singles.
Yeah. Did they win that match? They did.
Wait, never mind. He didn't play in IG either.
No,
I'm just thinking
he played Star Wars in teams.
It's just not very often that you see a Star Wars player go from Star Wars to teams. So to me, that was like, whoa, he did it all.
He did what now? Oh my God.
He did well.
Amazing.
Amazing. He knows other things. Because, I would have gotten negative points in that match.
Yeah.
So,
no. It was like, put me and Bibiana together. It's like, so you're carrying this one, right?
Yeah. Oh, so you want him to lose? Great. Awesome. But
hope you're ready to get TKO'd in the
first round. First round. Even though I don't think that's statistically possible, but I'd do it.
Yeah.
I'd find a way. But fun show match.
Yeah, it was,
a fun way. And you know what? I feel like it's okay because I feel like we're going to get some hypey matches for Spectacular.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to be okay.
I think we'll
Yeah. If this match was kind of like, okay for you, then that's fine. To each their own.
Yeah.
I say just stick it out for Spectacular because this was a fun match, I thought.
Yeah.
And I think Spectacular is going to be kind of like a hold on to your butts kind of thing.
Because, whatever you might say, like, exhibition match, it's like just, it's a palate cleanser of things. It's like, it just
get... It's a little warm up. Just keep it in.
It's an appetizer, keep your trivia appetite a little settled and satisfied until the main course comes in. So. 5
main courses.
Oh, yeah.
We assume.
Hoping.
Wouldn't it be cool if there was 2 extra non-belt matches?
Yeah, I was just saying, it's like, just go all out. Give us 10 matches.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of people there at the taping and just be like, hey, you 2, get over here. Or hey, you 5. Let's make it worth our while. Let's run out of questions because we know we have leftovers.
Yeah.
Okay. Crack. Let's talk about Star Wars. All right.
I was really excited for this match.
This is our final, well, is this a...
Final regulation.
That's what I was going to say. Is the number 1 contender considered like regulation?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. It's final. Yeah. Second, the penultimate regulation Star Wars match.
There you go. The penultimate regulation Star Wars match here. And we got a good one.
Yes, I was super excited for this one.
Gold leader representing the Finstock Exchange, I guess still.
Yeah.
And we've got Travis the Fire Fishburn representing, we forgot, Corruption. I assume also still, even though, you know, there haven't been managers in Star Wars matches, digital. I'd like to imagine that Koi will be with you and that there will be managers at the Spectacular match.
Yeah.
There was a thing with digital, and that was laid out beforehand. We were all aware.
Yeah, we were all aware of it.
So yeah, Gold leader, Finstock Exchange, Fishburn, if I'm not mistaken, Corruption.
Yeah, and
because he was paired with Chance, right? Or whatever.
Yeah.
Chance? Yeah. So
yeah. And another match, we weren't 100% sure how this one panned out. Or like, did he win or who won this one?
No. And this was one that, I mean, given the way Fishburne's been playing recently, it's like this could go either way easily. I mean, if this would have been Fishburne's first match, it would have been like goal leader.
Yeah.
I mean, who's this guy? You know, but he came in on a who's this guy and blew everybody away.
Yeah.
So he's not a who's this guy anymore. He's like good thing there's not much more. There's no tournaments for him to run.
There's not a tournament. Is he on my side?
No.
Oh, God.
He's got a mohawk and a mustache. Round 1. Fishburne missed a question about, what Adi Gallia said to Ray at the end of Rise.
That's a tough question.
Easily mistaken, sure. And it was Rise Ray. We got to talk about this question a little bit. Yeah. They both missed a question about the name of the Jawa to the right of Jabba when he's introduced in Return of the Jedi. Would you like to talk about it now?
Yes, might as well. I mean,
they both missed it. It was Heret, Herat, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And
correct me if I'm wrong, if I got the wrong name, but I don't think I did. I believe it is Herat, Heret.
So I've looked this guy up before because it's like, we go, no need to keep secrets anymore. Like usually what we do is we go for like, hey, that guy looks fun. And we try to find said character. And it's like, oh, okay, there's that person is. But the reason I didn't keep him in my head or in my notes is because
he's Legends. So that's one thing that's kind of like
yeah.
Because I thought that Schmoedown only stuck to canon. So whenever something, because this isn't the first time, there have been other Legends questions peppered around here and there. Nobody really talks about it.
But yeah, that's my concern. But like, it's like if you compare it to Dragon Con, we always like to compare the two competitions. Dragon Con
include Legends.
Dragon Con is canon only. It used to be Legends until I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. People that compete, my Dragon Con competitors, it used to be Legends, but then once Disney brought the property, and it's like, all right, from this point on, this will be canon. I think they adjusted as well.
That's probably a relief.
Yeah, because my problem with Legends questions, the answers to questions that are Legends, like this guy, is what's the source? Like because there might be two different sources, and the thing is with Legends characters, one source might say one thing, and then another source may say the other. So it's like, which one? Where are we finding this knowledge? With canon, it's this is the source, this is official. So that's kind of my issue when we have Legends things creeping into.
I just wanted to check. I checked the Star Wars data bank and nothing comes up when you search for his name. But when you look on Wikipedia, he is shown as Legends.
Yeah, mainly when it's on the official Star Wars site. 9 times out of 10, it's canon. And then if you look on Wikipedia, it's like, oh yeah, so it is canon. This is the source. That's why I love Wikipedia so much, because like
it's spelled out.
It's spelled out right here. It's like, this is where they have citations. Like, this is where we found this information. You go back, like, oh, it's a publication after it was published in 2018. It's official. It was released after Disney acquired the property. It's canon.
Right.
So, and certain things like that too. And like, maybe this is something that got biased, or maybe sometimes.
Well, no, I've definitely looked this person up, this Jawa up, because the link was purple.
Yeah, because the one thing that concerned me was like my speed round against Laura Kelly, the Avenger, was the ship that sends out the probes in the beginning of Empire Strikes Back. For the longest time, that ship to me was the Stalker.
Right.
And the Stalker was apparently a legend source, and then it very recently, I think, got switched to canon that it was the Avengers. Like, that's a dumb stuff. Like, oh man, do I have to go back to my notes and make sure
this Legends thing? Because whenever we look. We watch a movie and we'd be like, oh, who's that? And then we look them up, we find them as Legends. And I would go, all right, listen, I don't care about them anymore. And I would put them out of my mind.
But then some new book would come out and it's like, oh, that's canon now.
Because there was one thing, there was the name of a ship that at one point, a year or two ago, was Legends. And we were like, oh man, I like the name of that ship. Oh, whatever. I mean, it's already in my head. But then like a year later, we look at it and it's like, oh, now it's canon. It must have popped up in a book somewhere. But
yeah, and there was other character names that are creatures or characters that were never named. But then like a book, like a certain point of view book would come out and a short story would surround that character and magically now they have a name. So it's like, oh boy. Yeah. And before I would look up like, okay, the person doesn't have a name. There's no source on it, so whatever. And then something new comes out. It's like, oh great, now I got to add that to that. So it's like,
it's a hard line to dance sometimes. Yeah. Because there are some people out there, characters that like when you go on Wikipedia, if you haven't gone to Wikipedia, I don't know, check it out, I guess. But like when you look at the page of some character, whatever, a ship, a place, anything, any kind of page, you'll see underneath the like reference photo, it'll say like there'll be a button for like canon
or
and
legends.
then a button for legends, assuming a page exists for both. Some only have a canon, some only have a legend, some have both. But this character, Harriet, only has a legends thing because there are some characters that when you look at their canon page, their name is like unidentified X-Wing pilot. But when you look at their legends page, they have a name. So whenever that would happen, I'd be like, you know what? I don't care about that character anymore. Like, I mean, I don't know if I want to like give an example, but there's a guy with a speed gun in one of the movies.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder if that jerk has a name. Looked him up, legends. And so I was like, don't care about him anymore. Put him out of my mind. And I knew if they ever asked about, the guy with the speed thing in that one movie, I'd be like, challenge because it's legends.
Yeah, and I hope that they're not going like, they don't have any information on the canon page, but they appear in the movie. Let's go to the legends page. Like, that's their name. It's like, well, then
that doesn't really,
that you can't.
It doesn't stick to the whole canon thing.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you can't really use the source of a legends material because, like I said, depending on what book you're looking at or depending on what encyclopedia you're looking at, they could be different things.
Yeah.
So
because there's certain legends things that I do have in my brain either by accident or because I thought it was canon, but it was or something. Like there are some legends things that I have in my head. There's other things that I don't know what they are because I know they're legends, but if they came up, I know I'd challenge it. And I wonder what would happen. I wonder what would happen if somebody was like, no, I remember looking that Jawa up and I remember he's legends challenge. I wonder what would happen. I wonder if they'd be like, nope, actually he's in the movie. It's fair game. Or if they'd be like, nope, you're right. It's not canon, which is not included in the umbrella of what we ask with Trivia Schmoedown.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping with the very few matches they have left in Star Wars that they're not asking about legends.
Well,
things.
The one left that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because it's just one of those things that like when it does happen, it's like
it's kind of like
it's like it's legends. Really, like in my opinion, we shouldn't be asking that because the source isn't that credible.
I don't know if it says it in this rule book that for a Star Wars section. I don't know if it spells out canon only, but I thought it did.
don't think it ever. I gotta go back and look at the rule book, but I've always been under the impression that we're asking about canon because that actually did pop up in my first match against Laura Kelly with who sits next to Cole Tackbright, who sits next to Luke Skywalker in the Death Star briefing, and she answered Cole Tackbright, and they sort of paused for a second, like their answer was Wedge, but like no, she's right because I think Harloff knew the character that she was mentioning. He's like, oh yeah, I did read about that, so he corrected the answer on the spot, and then that's my opportunity came in and was like,
you saw the hesitation.
I saw the hesitation, so I jumped on it. It's like challenge. You were looking for Wedge Antilles, but if you are in fact doing canon, officially he is Cole Tackbright.
Right.
So it's like that's from that point on. I was like, all right, so they are looking at canon
the
stuff,
canon version,
the canon version of thing, because before that character came up in canon, it was always Wedge Antilles.
Yeah.
So the end of the challenge is like, we'll accept either or. So
yeah, it's
a slippery slope when you try to ask about legends things.
Because there have been a handful of questions that have popped up that we
noticed that were
legends, but I find it interesting that nobody talks about it.
I think most of the time that it happened, someone got it. If it happened in round one, somebody got it right. So the information that was in their heads, like,
so they were like, well, somebody knew it.
Yeah, at least somebody knew it. So,
yeah. I just wonder what would happen if a question like that had been challenged, because you very recently got a Legends question in your last match.
Yeah.
So
luckily I knew the answer.
Luckily you knew the answer, but for Gold Leader, it could have been thrown out. You knew it.
Yeah.
Luckily for you, because it was in my cards for the longest time. Because I put it in there because I was like, you never know.
Yeah.
Even though typically I always throw Legends stuff out. Who knows? I don't know. But, we heard that and we were like, the name of the Jawa next to him. And we looked it up and we're like, oh my God, the link was purple. And I'm like, no wonder I don't know him because I saw he was Legends.
Yeah.
I think it's a female Jawa.
Yeah.
Sorry. But yeah, so that's that. That's our thoughts on it. And it's kind of like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I thought this was canon, but maybe it is, and they and somebody just kind of didn't realize.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's so sometimes it is difficult to like, wait, is it grayed out or is it not? Am I on the canon page or am I on the Legends page?
Well, on this page there literally was no.
Yeah, there was no canon. Yeah,
but I don't know. It is what it is. Evan missed a question about the. Okay, There were a handful of questions in this match that
like,
we were
finally.
both like, oh my God, finally. Why didn't I get that question?
Yeah.
And this was one of them. Oh, sorry. Did I say Evan? Gold leader. Gold leader. He missed the 125Z tread speeder bike from the Rise of Skywalker. Motherfucker.
It's been in our notes since day one.
They both missed ME89. Motherfucker.
Been in our notes.
God.
For a longest time.
Fishburn missed 3B as the cell from the spaceport announcement in Solo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a difficult question.
That's a difficult question.
That's a very throwaway overhead announcement.
Yeah.
And then, Gold Leader missed the MG100 Star Fortress SS-17. Motherfucker. Why not me?
Only it's like, oh, so you're just throwing them their way. That sucks because like, oh, of course you guys know it now that it's been said. It's like, no, they've been in our notes. We promise you.
Like literally, one of the answers in round 2 was an answer that we always joke around about. Like, how have we not asked about this? And then it came up in this match. We're like,
you're asking about this person, but not asking about this.
Well,
come on.
Hey, listen, you got one more match left. Maybe you'll get some of these. Like, why not me? Finally, you know. But a couple of them came up in this match.
Yeah.
So by the end of round 1, it's 6-6. Round 2,
tied up.
Travis spins the wild card. And you know how the Star Wars players get.
Yeah.
Wild card? Ugh, give me that wild card, baby.
I think that was everybody's mindset from this point on is just like, sure.
I like weird.
Yeah.
Give me something weird. You know what? Good idea. Here's an idea for the spectacular match. Don't even put opponents as spinners. Just put 3 weird slices for the wilds.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
I approve this. I don't know if I have the choice to put it on or not.
Well, because whether it's me or Ace, I still think you're the higher ranking player.
Yeah.
So you should be like, no, I just want 3 weirdo categories.
Give me all 3 weirdo categories. Because if I land on a wild and it's spinner's choice, I'm gonna pick another one of those weird ones.
And if it's opponent's choice, you better give me another wild card.
Yeah. So
and we'll roll those dice.
Put them all 3 on there.
Wouldn't that be fun?
That'd be great.
Oh yeah. So he got a wild card. It's opponent's choice. Gold Leader gave him wild card 2, like you do.
Mm-hmm.
And it turned out to be good old fashioned Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Ooh.
Multiple choice one time, I'm pissed because usually I write down in Star Wars, I write down what the questions are.
Yeah. Do you remember what it was? I can't remember.
Oh, no. I think it was that politicians only focus on those who fund their campaigns.
Oh, yeah, fund their campaigns, yeah.
And he was looking to fill in the fund their campaigns, I think, was the blank. Mm-hmm. But I think he missed that, and Gold Leader did steal it.
Another fleeting line that if you're not paying attention, especially because he's saying
because that one's like a kind of background.
Yeah, he's saying it from another room, sort of thing. So it's like, if you're not paying attention to that line, then you're gonna miss it.
Yeah.
So,
and then Gold Leader spins solo, takes it, multiple choice.
Mm-hmm. I think he gets it.
No, he did. I'm just trying to remember what it was.
Yeah.
It's not coming to me right now.
Was it the cell number, or was that in the first round?
That was in the first round.
Huh. Can't remember.
I don't remember at the moment. But it was something that he was like, oh, as soon as I hear it, I'll know. Oh, it was the transport ID 83 for Kurita.
Kurita, yeah.
For the Naval Academy at Kurita. Mm-hmm. So I think he just needed to hear ID 83.
Yeah, a lot of fleeting line questions in this one that, can trip you up if you haven't seen the movie in a while, or like you're not like really like looking for these sort of like fleeting line type of things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But Gold Leader in his round did get a question about the Summa Verminoth, and we have been saying that term
when are they
going to
ask about the Summa Verminoth?
We're like, we're asking about this. We're asking about this random Jedi, this random battle droid. We haven't asked about the Summa Verminoth.
Yeah, it's right there. It's right there. Just ask about it.
That's just always been one of our like jokey answers that we're like, it's this big monster.
Yeah, that they run into.
Anybody watching this movie who's studying trivia would be like, what if that monster has a name?
Yeah.
So that's just always been like our joke answer that we're like, wow, we haven't
asked about
even gotten to this yet somehow, but we finally just did. So by the end of round 2, it's 14-16 in favor of Gold Leader. Round 3, 2-pointer for Travis. Droids. In The Phantom Menace, what is the name of the OOM command battle droid that led the droid army of the Trade Federation?
This is a repeat question?
Or it's some variation.
Yeah, I think it's, yeah.
OOM 9, he got it. 2-pointer for Gold Leader. A New Hope. Who says the line, I can't abide by those Jawas, disgusting creatures?
See?
3PO. That would be a hard question to not read it like him.
Yeah.
3-pointer for Travis, The Force Awakens. What is the last word in the opening crawl of the film? Great question.
Yeah.
Whereabouts? He got it. 3-pointer for Evan. Gold leader. Yikes. Sorry. Oh,
Legal names. Hello.
Embarrassed. Vehicles and starships. In The Phantom Menace, what is the name of the... Great question.
Yes.
What is the name of the Sith infiltrator ship piloted by Darth Maul? The
Scimitar.
He said like scimitar.
We say scimitar.
I say scimitar.
Yeah.
Potato, potato. You know what I'm saying?
Potato, tomato.
Scimitar, whatever you want to say. He got it. Another great question. Travis's 5-pointer. Fantastic question. Why not me? Mixed bag. Yikes, right?
Yeah.
What is the race of the alien Weoslea seen in A New Hope? Weoslea is the one that buys Luke's X-34 land speeder when they're trying to get off of Tatooine, if you're not sure, because that's a weird name.
Mm-hmm.
It's Vouvrian. He did miss it. So with that, 19-21 in favor of Gold Leader, taking home a W for his last match.
I'm glad that I'm legitimately happy for Gold Leader that he got his, because again, we didn't know the outcome of this. I'm like,
not that we were like, screw Fishburn.
Yeah,
like,
no, but like,
not at all.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, this is gonna be a good match, and it's like, I really want to see Evan pull out a win, just because like, it always sucks when you end your season on a loss, and
especially
he's done it
when he was like flying so high last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, God, he was flying so high, got so close.
2 number 1 contender matches in 2 tournaments.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, he's played in 3 number 1 contender matches.
Yeah,
and but like for him to end on a win, just like go out on have a good time and get a win. I was like, yes.
And Fishburn, second match, he ended 1-1.
He's 1-1.
Not too shabby. If he would have ended like 0-2, I'd have felt bad. But at least that was not a shot at anybody in particular. You didn't end at 0-2. You just began at 0-2. If he would have ended with no other match in sight at 0-2, I would have felt bad.
Yeah.
You at least had the opportunity to turn that around.
Yeah.
Turn that frown upside down, you know what I'm saying? But, at least he got to end, what do they call it? 500?
Yeah, he's a 500 player.
Batting 500, whatever. So,
yeah, and he's a player that plays in multiple divisions.
Yeah.
So I was like, he came in and I was like going in, I was like, oh, he's jumping into Star Wars?
Yeah.
Really? And then he comes out like, oh.
And he comes in like, oh yeah, an AA4B truck speeder.
Yeah.
MG 100 Star Fortress SS17, obviously.
Yeah.
Like the fact that he could come in and bust those things out when most people were probably like, okay, a singles competitor going into Star Wars.
Yeah.
The fact that he could bust those things out, I was like, damn boy, get it.
Yeah.
But this was a match I was looking forward to heavily.
Yeah, because
either one could have taken it.
I was expecting a close match, and it was a close match. But again, I was excited that Gold Leader is able to end his career and his in his run on a win.
Yeah,
because you don't ever get that opportunity sometimes.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't want him to end on a loss after on coming off of a devastating loss in a number 1 contender match. It's like, oh,
good job.
Let the guy have
nice.
something.
Good job.
Sorry.
D-bag.
Sorry.
But I had a lot of fun in this match. They're both such fun personalities.
Yeah, that's another thing I was really looking forward to. It's like, their personalities are gonna be fun to watch in this match. So
exactly. I was looking forward to. I don't think we got as much of it as your match, but like whenever Gold Leader would answer a question, like,
yeah.
Oh man, yeah. I am gonna miss. I'm really gonna miss both their personalities because they were great. Fishburn much more limited. A
little time that we got
limited release, for that one, but he still busted on the scene, made a big name for himself.
Oh, yeah.
I think even in the short amount of time he competed in the Star Wars division, but both such fun personalities, and I think they're both gonna be sorely missed in this division and the Schmoedown. So. I had a lot of fun with this match. There was a lot of moments and I was like, yes,
finally.
Great question.
Why
not me?
More questions like those ones. Because like there are some questions, like we said in the 2 episodes ago, it's like, I don't know why you're asking about that when you had Suma Verminoff sitting right there.
Yeah. So that was just always our joke answer. It was like an inside joke between us.
Yeah, but questions like that, questions like the scimitar, questions like Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like those questions are like, they have relevance. They're right in front of you, and like they're not just some random character. You're like, hey, what's that guy's name?
Yeah, and some people might be like, Weoslea, why are we asking about her? It's like, well, yeah, she was kind of like technically, literally in the background, I guess you could say. No lines. Didn't really do anything. However, interacted with Luke, bought his friggin' land speeder.
Yeah, that's a big part of the story.
So yeah, you see her for like all of 5 seconds.
Yes, it's basically the down payment for giving Han the money to get them to Alderaan.
Exactly.
So it's like it's a big part of the story. So if he doesn't sell a speeder, maybe Han's like, oh, what? You don't have money? Whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's relevant. It's like, yeah, she's this background character, but leading to who she's connected to, it's like, oh yeah, why wouldn't we ask about her?
But she does something.
Yeah.
Of significance.
Yeah.
So even though a literal background character for all of less than 5 seconds,
Yeah, but yeah, so many great questions in this match.
Yes, there were great questions in this match. Absolutely. So a lot of questions. I was like, yes. Like I literally like yelled at the TV like, yes, finally.
There's a Legends question that I was like,
that it was the only one.
Yeah, it was the only one, but the rest of these questions were like, it's like, yes, because it's not only like Wolverine and Suma Vermouth, there's fleeting lines that's like, oh, that's a great question.
The niceties of democracy. Well, they didn't ask about the niceties. They asked about funding the campaign.
The funding the campaigns. Like questions like that are great. It's like keep asking those types of questions because they're fleeting lines. Not everybody can get them, but they're totally gettable because if you watch the movie, the information is right there. So yeah,
absolutely. But it was. I had a lot of fun with this match.
It was. Yeah, and
so good job, gentlemen. If you're watching, probably not, but maybe. So good job, guys. We never got to meet Travis, did we?
I don't think so. Did we?
Was he at Celebration?
I think he was.
No, I don't think we
had the opportunity to meet him.
That's a shame.
That is a shame.
Seems like a cool guy.
If he's out there for Spectacular, I mean, might be able to say hi.
Maybe. I don't know if he's LA based or whatever.
I'm not sure. I think he is.
I don't know.
Close to California based.
One of those LA types. You know how they are. Apples and whatever. And whatever. Steve Jobs is and whatever. But yeah. That's that.
That
was all
this
there
week.
was
Or for last week.
And then this coming. Oh no! I'm so embarrassed. I don't have the thing pulled up. But actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think I know in my brain.
Is it the teams match?
I don't think so. If I'm not mistaken, I believe next week, I think it's Ricky Rager and Paige for Betty.
Okay.
But let me make sure.
I know this. Yes, this week is just one match. So next week's episode will be extra short, unless we have to find something else to talk about. Because we're gonna only be going over one match.
You're right.
And then the week after we'll have 2 matches to talk about, including a Star War.
Good stall. Okay, so here's what we got.
Filling the air.
This week.
Good job, Andrew.
This week we have, one match.
You might as well save that to your phone.
No. This week, all we got is not all we got. What we got? We got Rick the Rager Radis going up against Paige, the Boston Badass for Betty.
Ooh, yeah.
So that should be a fun match. Radis has been hyping this match up daily, I'm pretty sure. And I love it. As all caps, tagging Paige. She replies sometimes and whatever. It's great. I think the trash talk between these two is going to be mwah.
Oh,
so
it's going to be great.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And I really think and hope that they had a lot of fun with it. I mean, they haven't played it yet, right? So, no, I don't need it for the next week because the next week is it's a TBA teams match. Do we know who that teams match is?
I think one half of it. We assume it's going to be Kevin Smets and Mark the Android and Draco going up against somebody else. I have no idea who, but
I think I know who, but I don't know if everybody knows who. Yeah. So I'm not going to say.
But we know at least everybody knows. Not confirmed, but we can assume one half of it is.
We're not there yet, so we don't have to worry about it. All we got to worry about is Radis.
Oh no, it is. It was announced because it's that crewmate.
Glory G.
Yeah. Glory G and
Wingblade.
Yes, that's who it is.
Wingblades of Glory or whatever their name is.
I like that.
Blades
of Glory? I think that's
Wingblades of Glory?
Yes, either way, that's a great name.
I don't know where I heard or saw that. Hopefully somewhere public.
Twitter, probably.
Okay, probably.
Yeah, because I think they announced it after she won against Chandru.
Word.
So yeah, I think so we do know. We do know the team match. Sometimes we get information early that we're not supposed to divulge.
And I always forget when it is that type of information.
We don't want Papa Harloff coming in.
Shut up, stupid!
He's not watching this. It's okay. We're safe. It's fine. But yeah. So we got that one lonely match. Hopefully they give us a friggin' show. You know what I'm saying?
I assume we're going to get a good
Give
one.
me some challenges. Give me some drama. Give me some tea, as the kids call it.
Cap.
Not going to be a mid-match. Going to be high key, on God, fire match. I feel like there was another one that I was like, oh, I forgot about that. Might have been on God. Do you take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband?
Ah, bet.
Do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife? On God.
Oh my God.
Looking forward to the new wave of wedding vows. I think that'll be a lot of fun.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if I were the parents? I'm like, no.
Yeah, bet.
Sir, legally we have to say the word.
Oh, on God. Well, one day maybe we'll get there.
Maybe.
Got a lot of work to do as a society to get to that point. Bet. But yeah, no, it's gonna be a great.
Yeah, so
it's
that's
gonna be high key fire.
Yeah. So that I'm actually looking forward to because just the personalities alone.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be great. But yeah, so it will be a shorter episode next week, unfortunately. I know we're careening towards the end.
Unless we go off the rails and talk about other stuff, which you never know.
We could.
You never know.
Anybody want to talk about Arcane with me? I just finished it last night. So good.
Anybody want to talk about Big Brother with me? I'm almost caught up. I only got 2 more episodes. It's good. It's real good.
No.
You want to talk about Big Brother? Tag me. At me, bro.
Anyways, I think we're going to end here because what else are we going to talk about?
Well, if you want to keep it Schmoedown right now, yeah, I think we're done.
Yeah, I think we're done here. So, Star Wars competitor, Nicki Dimalanta. Where can they find you online?
You can find me on Twitter at Dimmy, DIMMMYYY.
As for me, you can sort of follow me on Twitter. Don't do anything much, but on Instagram also at Drew Dimalanta, DIMALANTA, but mostly on TikTok at Rogue Leader Drew. They did this weird thing where your tag doesn't show up anymore. It's just your name.
I don't like that.
A lot of my mutuals. Speaking of TikTok, somebody liked my video.
Wow, so popular.
A lot of my mutuals have been changing their name to their tag now.
Yeah, I don't like.
It's
that.
weird. For some people, it's fine because I've gone from knowing them as their tagged as their first name, like mostly mutuals, but yeah, it's
not
weird.
A fan.
It's weird.
I like weird, but I don't like that.
Yeah, get used to it.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, no. If you're listening on audio form, please follow the feed and rate us. Sorry.
And if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon lower right-hand corner. In the lower right-hand corner, see when we do things on the YouTube.
Yes, which will be in a couple of weeks, of course. We'll be switching focus to Rad and going rogue.
And also, I don't know, we might be a little late for next week.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We might not. We might still be able to do what we're doing right now.
Yeah, the episode may or may not be released on Tuesday instead of Monday. We'll see when we get there.
We'll see what happens. We might be able to do what we're doing right now. So, we might be able to make it work.
So if next week's episode is a little late, it's because we are very busy this weekend.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, with that, we'll go ahead and end here. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. See you guys next time.